So I am Jonathan Burns, and I'm going to be showing you how to play my game that I've designed called Forest Friends. This is sort of the typical setup. This is not all the cards, but my printer is about to run out of color, so I'm just showing you the basic equipment right now. So this is sort of the basic setup at the start of the game. Here's your character card. This is basically who you'll be playing as. You have the card deck. There's a lot more cards in the finish game. It's just a few of them. And you'll have the city destruction cards off to the side, which they are not part of the card deck. They are their own separate event. Oops. So let's talk about the cards. First up, you have your character card. These are the characters that you'll be playing as. There are 4 characters in all. There's Bucky, Sir Slithers, Buddy Num Nums, and Sergeant Ruff. Character cards do not actually do anything. They are just there for you to play as a character, basically. You will be playing cards onto them. You can play bonus cards on them. There are 2 types of cards in Forest Friends. There are action cards and bonus cards. At the start of the game, they're both shuffled, and each character will draw 5 cards into their hand. Okay, so action cards. Here's a sample action card. They're pretty self-explanatory. Up here you have the name. This is the symbol. Then you have just the type. It's an action card. It's an arsonist. And then right here is the points total. It's plus 10, so you get 10 points if you play this card. The only thing that you really need to know is the symbol. There are 5 symbols in all. There's arsonist, necrophiliac, drug dealer, terrorist, and nuclear scientist. So bonus cards. Bonus cards, like the name implies, give you bonus points. You don't need them to win the game, and bonus cards by themselves are worth nothing. This card, if you had it in your hand, could be played onto your character card. The only bonus card that's a little different is Nuclear Scientist, which allows you to play nuclear cards. It doesn't do anything else other than that. If you play an action card that has the same symbol as a bonus card, you get bonus points. So for example, if you play a terrorist action card, you would get the point total on the terrorist card plus 10. Okay, so on your turn you have 2 options basically. You can either play a card or discard. So let's just say this is my hand on my turn. I have an action card and a bonus card. So I can play either one of these. I could play the bonus card onto my character, or I could play the action card just onto my active pile. Discard, so you would just like pick your card, throw it over here next to the deck, you're done. Then your turn is over. So those are your 2 options. You can either play a card or discard. Once you do one of those 2 things, your turn is over, play goes to the next person to your left. There's one more type of card, city destruction cards. So they're off to the side. They're face down at the start of the game, and whenever they are triggered, then you flip them over and the event occurs. So they can only be activated at the start of a player's turn. So if it's your turn and you activate a city destruction card, you would wait until the next player's turn, and then on their turn they would flip it over. So this one says you need 3 arsonist bonus cards to be played or discarded. So once that happens and it's a player's turn, they can flip that over, and then you read what's on the other side, and then that event occurs. And there are 5 city destruction cards in all. So to end the game, you just go through the deck. Once you get to the end of the deck, the game is over. So you would just draw, play, until you get to the end. Once you draw the last card, you go all the way around again. Each player gets 1 more turn, and then the game is over. So at the end of the game, each player should still have, I think, 4 cards. And these are used as tiebreakers, otherwise they don't count. Once the game is over, your character probably looks something like this. You'll have cards that you've played, and then you'll have your bonuses that are active. To count your score, it's pretty simple. Alright, scoring. You just count up the number of points on each action card. So plus 10, plus 10. So that's 20. And then once you do that, you also look at your bonuses that you have applied. You just look at your bonuses. So This is like plus 30 to every tarot action card. So you would find all the action cards that have the same symbol as this, which I don't have any right now, but if these did, then they would get plus 30 added to each one of them. Okay, and that's pretty much it. Negative cards are worth negative points, obviously. So if this is minus 10, it'd be minus 10 to your total points. And negative points are influenced by bonuses just like regular points are. So if you had 3 arsonist bonuses and then you had a card that was worth, say, negative 10, those 3 bonuses would add up and you would get minus 30 added to the negative 10. So you would have negative 40 points from that one card. Okay, so I'm just going to run through like a quick game, just going like one round. So at the start of the game, everything would be set up like this. You would have your characters off to the side, everyone would choose their own. You'd have the deck face down, the city destruction cards would be off to the side, they'd be face down as well. So each person would choose their own character. There's only one for me right now, so I would get Bucky. So I would choose my character. The person who goes first, I was thinking it could just be whoever's seen like the most animals, since this is an animal themed game. So whoever goes first would draw 5 cards. So there's only like 4 cards right here, so I'll just take them all. And then since I would be going first, I would look at my hand. I would decide what card I wanted to play. So if I decide to play an action card, that would go off to the side in just my active pile. So I would have 2 piles. And then my turn would be over. I would draw another card because I always have to have 5. So I'd have 5 cards in my hand at the end of my turn. And then, let's say it's on my turn again. I could choose to play a different card. So this time I'm going to play a bonus card. So I just take bonus, I'd apply it to my character instead of my active pile. So that would go on top of my character. And then I would draw another card to bring my total cards in hand up to 5, and then my turn would be over again. So that's just what you do. You play and draw, play and draw. You can play a card onto any character, so if you have a card worth negative points, then you could be like, oh, here you go, and then throw it on to someone else's pile. Then that card would be minus points for them. You could do the same to bonuses. There's only one bonus you should do that, Goody Two Shoes, which subtracts points from your total. So if you had that bonus, you could just throw it onto someone else's pile and be like, oh, it sucks to be you. So that's basically it. It's a pretty simple game to play.